Good morning and welcome to Living Local 15. I'm your host, Jessica Williams. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's Monday, so you already know it's time we kick it off with some motivation. Here's the quote. "The mind is everything. What you think, you become." This quote speaks to the incredible power of your thoughts. Everything you create, achieve, or become begins in your mind. Your beliefs shape your behavior, and your inner dialogue either fuels your progress or holds you back. If you constantly think in the terms of fear, failure, and limitation, you'll subconsciously live within those boundaries. But when you shift your mindset, when you choose thoughts of confidence, vision, and purpose, you begin to unlock your full potential. Your thoughts become the foundation of your actions, and your actions become the building blocks of your life. So protect your mental space, speak life into yourself, dream boldly, and refuse to entertain thoughts that shrink your worth or your future. Now on to the show. First up, I'm taking you inside a ForMotion Clinic and chatting with their manager about their big name change from SRT Prosthetics. And we're also diving deep into the services that they offer. Then Masters Heating and Cooling joins me in studio to announce their big veteran giveaway and how you can submit for it. And later, Perfect Paws Rescue is here to share about their upcoming fundraising gala taking place on November 22nd. Are you ready? Let's get started.
Fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
This segment sponsored by ForMotion Clinic. I am here at ForMotion Clinic, formerly known as SRT Prosthetics and Orthotics. They've been in this community for 24 years, recently went through a name change. So I'm going to speak with their clinic manager about that process, what they have to offer now, and also do a deep dive of their services. And you're invited. Let's do it. I'm now joined by Matt Roberts, who is a certified prosthetist and clinic manager here at ForMotion Clinic. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
How's it
going? It's good.
Good. Okay, so I'm excited to be here to really learn about your business and what you all do. But before we dive into that, we have to talk about the name change, because I'm sure people are wondering, what is ForMotion Clinic? Because that is a fairly new name, but you all are very old in this community.
That's right. We were formerly known as SRT Prosthetics and Orthotics. In August, we rebranded to ForMotion Clinic. We're a part of a larger group of clinics across the country and across the globe, and we have access to a lot more resources now. So ForMotion Clinic is the new name, but the same team is in place, same services, same caring attitude toward our patients.
That's great. And what do you do here? I mean, I know it's an array of things, so kind of start off by sharing some of the services.
Okay, so we provide prosthetic services for both lower and upper extremity amputees. We also provide custom lower limb orthotic treatment as well as custom spinal treatment.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And so what does that journey look like for someone who had experienced amputation and they are needing to get assistance? Where do you all step in their journey?
So this is actually a really hot topic because we really want an opportunity to educate patients post-amputation. The journey looks like you have your amputation, you're in the hospital, hopefully you've met with a prosthetist before leaving, just to kind of get an idea, lay of the land, what to expect next. The next job is to heal, and then if you feel like you want to look at the different opportunities in your area, consultations are free. So you can call a prosthetic clinic and say, hey, I'm a new amputee, I'd like to meet with your prosthetist on staff, figure out where I'd like to go to get my care. So that's something that we feel like is very valuable to the process. And then from there, you have to be cleared by your surgeon, receive an order for a prosthesis, and then you'll go to the clinic you choose, hopefully ForMotion Clinic, and you'll be evaluated, and the process goes from there into fittings.
And what is that timeline like? I'm sure people are wondering, like, okay, if this emergency happens, because you don't plan, to be in an accident or for this to occur in your life, how soon can you actually get in a leg or
Yeah.
whatever piece of the body that you provide?
So the most important part of the process is healing.
Yeah.
And so everyone's different. Everyone heals at different rates.
Right.
It could typically range from 4 to 8 weeks.
Okay.
Some patients it takes longer.
Yeah.
But from there, once you're cleared by your surgeon to begin the prosthetic fitting journey, it really just comes down to insurance and authorization timelines and things like that.
Yeah.
So probably anywhere from 30 to 60 days after you've been cleared by your surgeon.
And you just working with so many different people at such a sensitive stage in their life. How has that experience been for you? Just being able to give a helpful hand and help them recover in a way that I'm sure they didn't assume. Because when I see people with these items, it's like my life can almost go back to a new normal.
Yeah,
which
that's
is
the
so
goal,
cool.
for sure. It's definitely been a wild journey for me just getting into this industry and kind of learning what my role is in that. So obviously we want to treat patients with compassion. What I like to do is I like to just show some enthusiasm and some hope that you can get back to that quality of life that you had before. We work really hard to make patients comfortable. I see myself as a problem solver and an educator. And so whenever I meet these patients at that early stage, it's really just, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. This is the hardest part. You're waiting and you're waiting.
Yeah.
You know, let's work hard on getting you into a prosthesis. Let's get you hooked up with therapy. Make sure that you are set up for success.
Yeah. And in touring this location, it's so cool to see that it's basically a one-stop shop because you have a whole workshop in the back that you make the prosthesis, right?
That's right. That's right.
Prosthesis.
So we have a full lab. We do castings in this office. Sometimes we will scan. But basically from the time that we decide what we're going to do with that patient as far as how we're going to accomplish the prosthetic outcome, we have the ability to take every step of the process and allow me, the clinician, to have my hands on every step. So I can make sure that if you and I talk about something in the room and we say, well, this is something that I'm concerned about, I can make sure I address it during those fittings and during the fabrication process.
Right. And what part of the body do you all make prosthesis for?
So we actually provide upper limb and lower limb prostheses. So we have an upper limb team that covers most of the state, and so they're very skilled. They see a lot of cases. And then the lower limb team is the team that you work in the clinic that you're based out of. You're here most of the week, and you're available to kind of take care of these patients as things come up.
Yeah, and this facility is really equipped in a way to make people feel comfortable with getting used to their new leg or new arm. And as I look around, I see you have ramps and stairs because you allow for them to get comfortable before they have to go out in the world.
That's right. So we actually have a really cool tool called the solo step. It's a track that's attached to the ceiling. So we can kind of hook the patient up to a harness and they can get that feeling of not being in parallel bars, not using a walker. We call it the deep end, right? So they can kind of learn to walk in a more safe environment because most of our fittings will take place in parallel bars where there's maximum stability. So we like to kind of progress the patients as we go through the fittings and see where they're at kind of from their ability level to manage the prosthesis.
And you've been in this community for 24 years, which is a long time. You're about to hit 25. That's big. You'll have to do something large. But my final question for you, Matt, is just what really separates you all from other people that provides these services? Like, why should someone choose ForMotion Clinic?
So we really try to treat the whole patient. We look at the patient holistically, what's going on with the other side, what's going on with your health overall, and how that can impact your ability to use a prosthesis. We really focus on follow-up care, so we keep up with you after you get your prosthesis. You don't get it, and then we don't send you off and say, good luck.
Right.
You know, we stay in touch. We have this solo step, we have the full lab. We have multiple patient rooms. We have a large gym in the center, like you mentioned, where we have stairs and we have a ramp and we have parallel bars. So all of these things they're luxury items. We're very fortunate to have these things because a lot of clinics don't. So along with the fabrication lab that's in-house and the facility that we're in, that really does separate us. We also have a mobile clinic, so if a patient's in a nursing home, we can kind of go to them and handle a lot more than we would otherwise, so the patient doesn't have to be without their prosthesis.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, great chatting with you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. And if you would like more information about ForMotion Clinic, we'll have their website listed below. You can check out their services, and I'll see you after the break.
This segment sponsored by ForMotion Clinic. This segment sponsored by Masters Heating and Cooling.
Not only does Masters Heating and Cooling provide an array of services in air conditioning, heating, plumbing, and air quality, but they also give back to our community in various ways. And today we are going to learn about their Veterans Stand Down event happening on November 6th and some other surprises that they have for veterans. And joining me today is Drew Brown, their general manager. Hello, good morning.
Hi, thanks for having me again.
Yes. Okay, so I love when we get to chat because you bring contributions to the community that's outside of just what you give through your business. And so I'm really excited to dive into what you're offering to veterans with Veterans Day coming up. But let's start off just by giving us an overview of Masters Heating and Cooling.
Yeah, absolutely. Masters Heating and Cooling is one of the demographics' largest HVAC providers. So we've been in the community for about 46 years, servicing about 55-mile radius within Fort Wayne.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And so I know that y'all stay busy throughout the year. Are you coming to your most busiest season with people needing their heating and furnaces and stuff like that?
It is definitely going to start kicking off. We're still seeing some warmer temperatures throughout the day, but at nighttime it's getting a little bit cooler, so our phones are starting to ring. Right now is always the best time to call and get into us.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so with the veterans, I just want to dive in because you have a couple of things going on. So number one, you're offering some type of contest, really, so that veterans or their families or friends can submit them to win something exciting. So kind of lay out what that giveaway is.
Yes, this is very exciting for us. So this is only our second annual Veterans Giveaway. Being a veteran myself, when I stepped into the company last year, my marketing team and I, we decided how can we continue to give back to the community? And veterans came top of mind come November. So we did our first last year. It was very successful. We did a free furnace giveaway to a veteran in need. And that's not only the furnace, but the labor, everything included. Wade actually came out and sponsored that for us. It was a great event. A cool thing I wanted to note about that is, as we talk about veterans and the morale of our company, one of our own associates, after we installed that, we got an extra submission from the VA, and one of our associates went out and purchased a furnace from Carrier themselves, and then donated their time to go and install a second furnace for a veteran in need.
Wow, that's incredible. Cool. And so talk about how a furnace is really a big deal because if you're missing one or if you don't have one that's working well, that could be a lot of struggle over the winter season.
Absolutely. So that's why we've continued this. Like I said, this will be our second annual. We're very excited about it. Yeah. We're putting a lot more behind it this year. And come October 6th, nominations will be live on our website as well as a sponsorship through K105 where they can go on and submit for a veteran in need of a new furnace.
Okay, so they just go on your website starting October 6th and they have just a submission process, right? They just give a little detail about why they're nominating that person.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about you, tell us a little bit about the veteran in need, and then we will get all of those submissions from October 6th until Veterans Day, November 11th. At that time, we will select our winner, and we will contact that veteran and set up a time to come out and do a quick look over and then set up time for installation.
Okay, wonderful. And then something else that you have going on is an event called Veterans Stand Down. Okay, so this is happening on November 6th at the Grand Wayne Center. So what will this event be all about?
This is something that we're just participating in. So it's a great event. We were asked if we could participate as well, which we of course said yes to. So what we're looking for that is anybody that wants to donate toiletries or unused blankets can do so by dropping them off at our facility or going straight to Amazon. And we have that link on our site.
Okay, so that's like an entry to get in to do the donation to get into this event?
It's not necessarily an entry to get into the event. It's just a way for the entire community to be able to donate to veterans in need during the colder season.
Okay, and so this event in particular, the Veterans Stand Down, is something that's open to all veterans and the community, and they're going to get different services that they may need. So whether that be a haircut, a free meal, and just different support avenues, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, great. Well, it sounds like a great event. I see here that there's going to be a job fair, community resources, as well as career services. So that sounds like an amazing thing. So again, that's happening on November 6th from 10 to 2 p.m. at the Grand Wayne Center. And before I let you go, Drew, I know that you have one special thing that's happening for the month of October for veterans, and that is a free service call?
Yes, so this will be the first time that we've ever offered this, and we're really excited about it. But to continue to give back to our veterans in need this cooler season, we are going to waive our diagnostic fee for any veteran service call in the month of October. So from October 1st to October 31st, you will be able to get that free service call.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Drew.
Thank you.
And if you would like more information about Masters Heating and Cooling, we'll have their website listed below. They have a lot of stuff going on right now, so you can follow along. If you are a veteran or if you know a veteran that needs a new furnace, this is the time to submit. Applications open on October 6th, and I'll see you after the break.
This segment sponsored by Masters Heating and Cooling. This segment sponsored by Perfect Paws Pet Rescue.
Perfect Paws Pet Rescue operates as a pet rescue facility here in Fort Wayne. Now, they are committed and dedicated to placing these dogs in loving, permanent homes, and we're going to learn all about it. Joining me today is Tammy Crone, the founder and director, and Jane Sloan, the adoption coordinator. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, well, we know that such a warm spot in everyone's heart are pets and animals, because really they can help themselves only so far. And through your organization, you really take it that extra mile to make sure that they are safe and loved. So Tammy, tell me about this organization that you started, and why did you find it back in 2016?
2006.
2006, oh my
Yes.
goodness, 18 years.
Yes, yes. It's a nonprofit 501c3 organization. There was a need. So I started on my own, and then shortly thereafter, I had Jane join me, and we've just been going ever since.
Wow. And so as the adoption coordinator, Jane, tell me about the process of how it works for the rescue part first before we even get into the adoption.
Okay. So we post our dogs on our website, which is local, but it also feeds into like Pet Finder and some of the bigger websites where you can search for dogs. At that point, people will apply. We go through an application process, vet checks, reference checks, and then we pick the best applicant that we feel to match up to the dog.
Oh, wow. Okay, so when I'm looking at these cute shirts and logo that you have, so this organization is specifically for dogs, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and then how does the rescue part work in it all, Tammy?
We take in dogs in need, whether it be from shelters or owner surrenders who can't take care of them anymore, large-scale breeders who are retiring their senior dogs from breeding, and then we do all of their vetting that they need, whether that we spay and neuter everybody, we do all of their vaccinations, heartworm checks, dentals if they need them. So when they leave our organization, they don't need any vetting from that point.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And so you're the type of facility that if someone sees an abandoned dog in the street or wounded or a hurt dog that may need help, can they just bring it to your facility or call you to go rescue it?
We are a foster-based organization, so we don't have a facility.
Okay.
So basically, when that incident happens, they call, and I refer them to Fort Wayne Animal Care and Control. We don't have, unfortunately, the capability of taking them in, but they're actually living in a home with a family, you know, rather than being in a shelter environment.
Right.
So we really know more about the dogs than some shelter environments do.
Okay. And so you all have a fun event coming up, and, you know, of course, fundraising is so important when it comes to the work that you do. So let's talk about the purse bingo. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay, well, tell me a little overview.
So this will be our 10th annual designer purse bingo, and we hold it this year. It's going to be held at Cerruti's, and it will be a great evening of bingo. There's 20 different games with designer purses. We have a silent auction. We have a raffle. We like to give an opportunity for everyone to go home with a purse, whether or not they win it in bingo or the raffle, because our raffle is exclusively purses also.
Okay.
And that fundraiser is huge for us because that's the money we use for all of our vetting for the year of heartworm, flea and tick, any expenses that come up.
Right, and that's such an interesting concept. So how did you all even create this? And is this an ongoing event annually?
It has been for the past 10 years. We actually attended one, and we thought, well, this is a great idea. We had a wonderful time.
Yeah.
So the first year we did it, there were 3 of us that put it together, and I don't know how we did it, but we did. And it's been a yearly thing ever since.
Awesome. And so how do people come to it? Do they buy tickets? How does that work?
Yes, they buy tickets. We have the form for the tickets. They can buy individual or a table, or if it's a company, they can sponsor, and then they have their name on one of the purses. But they can find that on our website. They can text or call us and get that. We try to get the form out there to as many people as we can.
Yeah, absolutely. And this event is on November 22nd. And what is the vibe and the style? Is this like a formal gala, or is it more like casual?
It's more casual.
Okay.
It's more casual.
Okay.
It's a good time. We have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Everybody who's attended has always gave great compliments.
Good. Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah.
And if you'd like more information about the Perfect Paws Pet Rescue and their event that's coming up, which is the Designer Purse Bingo that's happening on November 22nd, we'll have their website listed below so you can get tickets. And I'll see you after the break.
This segment sponsored by Perfect Paws Pet Rescue.
Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group.
Well, that's our show for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, you can always catch up on episodes and segments of Living Local 15 by going to WANE.com, downloading the WANE app, and also checking us out on YouTube. And I'll leave you with this. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. I hope you have an amazing rest of your week, and I look forward to seeing you here tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Content segments during today's Living Local 15 were paid for by these sponsors.